The next segment is a brand new segment to the Movie Cheer podcast. And I hope, the name is kind of like, it could change the name of this. It's a work in progress. But this next part of the show is called Movie Variant Showdown. That's right, Movie Variant Showdown. On this part of the show, each week I'm going to pick two different versions, different variants of a character or a movie cover or a movie story, and look at the different variants and just put them against each other and pick my favorite, basically. So the different variants I'm going to look at today is, because the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show has had the trailer drop this week, I thought for the first debut version of Movie Variant Showdown, it would be good to look at the character of Obi-Wan Kenobi at the movies. So first of all, we have two different versions. We have the Ewan McGregor version that was in the prequel movies, and then we had the OG trilogy played by the great Sir Alec Guinness. Look, two very different versions. Obviously, we had the animated show, the Star Wars animated shows. I'll be honest, I'm not going to dive into them because I've not really watched too much of them shows, so it'd be unfair for me to say that one of these incarnations was more preferable for me. But looking at these two main ones for me, Alec Guinness versus Ewan McGregor. Look at Ewan McGregor first of all. Let's start with him. I think he's coming in. Alec Guinness at this point had passed away, and they're doing a younger version anyway. So they needed a younger actor to play that role of Obi-Wan Kenobi. In steps Ewan McGregor. He kind of like made a name for himself with British movies in like the 90s, and he comes into this big prequel, the new Star Wars movies, and he's playing Obi-Wan Kenobi. And for me, Obi-Wan Kenobi is one of my favourite characters in Star Wars, and then we see this new version, this younger version, and I think the first movie, he's a very, he's like a young character, he's working under the mentor Qui-Gon Jinn. And then we see in the second and the third one in that prequel trilogy, he takes on that more mentor like Obi-Wan Kenobi role. And for me, I liked Ewan McGregor for here because he didn't feel like he was doing an impression of Alec Guinness. I think, you've got to give him kudos. He was doing his own thing. Felt like he was just doing his own performance. And I think that's good because it's a younger version of the character. Obviously, the character's been impacted by different things in his life, so he's at a different point when you get to A New Hope. So I do like him. I think my favourite version of him in the movies would be probably Revenge of the Sith. That would be my favourite. I think when he gets to that last one, he's a lot more rounded into that Obi-Wan Kenobi mentor role. Obviously, we're going to get this new TV show as well, so that story is going to, further forward, and we're going to get him more looking like that likeness of Alec Guinness, and he's obviously maybe taking on more of those mannerisms, and maybe he's going to feel more like an Alec Guinness version. Let's move on to Alec Guinness, though. Another great British actor, both great British actors. Alec Guinness, for me, he's like this wise old wizard in these movies. The mentor, grey hair, beard, mentor figure to Luke Skywalker. I love that relationship between him and Luke, and I think, it's very different in the prequels. You have the connection between Obi-Wan and Anakin, but I feel like there's more. For me personally, I feel more of a closer bond, a father-like bond between Obi-Wan and Luke, whereas it's more like a brotherly bond with Anakin and Obi-Wan. I like the relationship between Obi-Wan and Luke a bit more. For me, though, the first version, the first movie variant Showdown, who wins it? It's got to be Alec Guinness's version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I just, something about that, maybe it's because he was the OG Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think Ewan McGregor is a great taking on that role, and I do enjoy his performances. But for me, Alec Guinness steals the show as Obi-Wan Kenobi. He is my Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he is my choice for the movie variant Showdown on this week's edition of the Movie Cheer podcast. But let me know your picks for the movie variant Showdown, and what do you think? Should we change the name? If you've got a better choice of a name, let me know.